When the world is still asleep, there's a small group of people quietly designing their destiny. The streets are empty, the air is calm, and in that stillness, something powerful happens. It's 5 a.m., the hour when high performers rise, the hour when they create, think, move, and plan, while the rest of the world dreams away their potential. The 5 a.m. hour is not about waking up early. It's about waking up to your purpose. It's about meeting yourself before the noise of the world takes over. When the sun has not yet risen and notifications haven't started flooding your phone, you meet the purest version of yourself, focused, quiet, and honest. Success, contrary to what many believe, doesn't come from luck or a single breakthrough. It comes from what you repeatedly do when no one is watching. It's in the moments of silence when you choose discipline over comfort. It's in the early mornings when you choose to build instead of sleep. High performers understand that the secret to mastering their day lies in mastering their mornings. When you wake up at 5 a.m., you enter a different rhythm of life. The world moves slower, time feels abundant, and your mind, uncluttered and clear, becomes your greatest weapon. You start your day before the noise begins, and because of that, you think better, decide better, and live better. The morning gives you something the rest of the day can't: control. Control over your mind, control over your time, control over your emotions. You see, success doesn't start with money or fame. It starts with control. And the 5 a.m. habit gives you exactly that. When you rise early, you don't just wake up your body, you wake up your purpose. You wake up your drive. You awaken the hunger that pushes you beyond average. Think about the people you admire: CEOs, athletes, creators, leaders. They don't wait for motivation. They build systems that generate it. They know that self-discipline is stronger than fleeting inspiration. They don't rely on how they feel. They rely on what they've built. At 5 a.m., the discipline you practice creates momentum that carries you through the day. You read while others scroll. You plan while others rush. You exercise while others complain. You build when others still dream. There is something deeply spiritual about the early morning hours. It's quiet. It's honest. It's free from distraction. Your thoughts are not yet polluted by the world's noise. And that's where clarity lives. You start hearing your own voice again, the one drowned out by obligations, opinions, and endless scrolling. That inner voice will guide you toward your next level, if only you learn to listen. The first few weeks of waking up at 5 a.m. won't be easy. Your body will resist. Your mind will argue. You'll hear that voice say, "Just 5 more minutes." But that's the same voice that has held you back your entire life. Every great person learned to silence it, not with force, but with consistency. Discipline isn't about being perfect. It's about showing up even when you don't want to. The 5 a.m. club, the quiet achievers of the world, don't rise early because it's trendy. They rise because they've understood a truth. When you own your morning, you own your day. And when you own your day, you own your life. Let's look at what happens inside those hours. From 5 until 6 a.m., the world is yours. It's the most powerful hour for growth. High performers use it to build their physical, mental, and emotional foundation. They move their body. They read something that expands their mind. They write, plan, and reflect. They don't rush. They prepare. At 5 a.m., they are not reacting to life. They are creating it, because most people wake up to their problems. They check messages, scroll through social media, and immediately let the world tell them how to feel. But high performers wake up for their purpose. They don't seek dopamine, they seek direction. Imagine starting every morning with intention instead of chaos. Imagine spending 1 hour building your mindset, planning your day, and nourishing your soul before anyone else even wakes up. That's what separates dreamers from doers. When you start the day with silence and structure, your mind becomes sharper, your focus stronger, and your confidence deeper. You no longer chase time, you command it. You might think, "But I'm not a morning person." That's fine. You don't have to be one now. You just have to become one. Every powerful habit starts as resistance. Every transformation starts as discomfort. The beginning will be tough, but that's the price of growth. When your alarm rings at 5, it's not just a sound, it's a test. A test of who you want to be. Do you want to remain comfortable or do you want to rise? Because growth and comfort can't exist in the same room. As the days pass, something beautiful happens. You start craving that silence. You start loving that early light, that quiet moment where it's just you and your thoughts. The same hour that once felt difficult becomes your sacred space. Your confidence grows not because life got easier, but because you got stronger. You begin to notice how others are rushing through life, stressed, reactive, distracted, while you move calmly and with purpose. That calmness comes from preparation. Waking up at 5 a.m. gives you an invisible advantage. It allows you to think before you act, plan before you move, and live before others even begin their day. You become proactive, not reactive. And in a world full of noise, that's your superpower. Every morning at 5 a.m., you're given a blank page. You decide what story to write. You can waste it, or you can use it to create momentum. You can use it to build a business, a skill, a body, a mindset, or all of them. High performers are not gifted. They're intentional. They've trained themselves to see opportunity where others see inconvenience. They've mastered the art of consistency. They've realized that success isn't built in a day, it's built daily. At 5 a.m., while the world sleeps, you have a rare gift: uninterrupted focus. No calls, no distractions. Just you, your thoughts, and your mission. That's when creativity flows, ideas appear, and plans take shape. The silence of the morning is where the noise of greatness begins. You'll notice, as you stay consistent, how your entire day shifts. You'll stop rushing, stop reacting, and start leading. You'll think clearer, speak wiser, and act calmer. That's the real reward of discipline. Not just results, but peace. You'll also realize that waking up early is not about productivity alone. It's about identity. Every time you wake up at 5, you send a message to yourself. I am the kind of person who keeps promises to myself. And that belief, that identity, transforms everything. Once you start believing you can keep your word, you'll begin to trust yourself again. That's when self-doubt fades and confidence grows. High performers don't wake up early because they love mornings. They wake up early because they love progress. And progress, my friend, doesn't happen by accident. It's built with discipline, consistency, and purpose. So, what happens inside your body when you start this habit? Your cortisol, the stress hormone, aligns naturally. Your dopamine levels rise from action, not distraction. Your body learns rhythm. Your mind learns patience. You begin to operate in harmony, physically and mentally. When your morning is grounded in peace and purpose, the rest of your day becomes unshakable. Challenges come, but you handle them with strength. Chaos hits, but you remain centered, because you started your day from a place of power, not panic. That's the 5 a.m. secret. It's not about time, it's about transformation. If you start your day with intention, you'll start your life with direction. Every sunrise gives you a chance to rewrite your story. Every early morning is an investment in your greatness. When you rise before the sun, you're declaring to the universe, I am ready. Ready to lead, ready to learn, ready to grow. And if you stay consistent, the rewards will go beyond success. They will touch your soul. You will find balance, peace, focus, and pride in who you are becoming. So tomorrow morning, when your alarm rings at 5 a.m., don't think. Don't negotiate, just rise. Step into your purpose while the world still sleeps. Because one day, people will look at your success and call it luck. But you will know, it was the silence of the early mornings that built it. That's the 5 a.m. secret. That's the habit of high performers. And it's waiting for you tomorrow at dawn.